person. But that story never gets out. The only story that gets out is about how the,
Wait, speak about how that guy tried to defend a trans person and they beat him.
The veteran gentleman, the older gentleman that you guys all have seen the pictures of, John, was trying to defend a trans patriot person. I'm not going to mention Sam Resnick. Actually, he was trying to defend him, and that's when the entire scuffle started, and that's how it all started. Now, there's been some videos out there and pictures showing, the Patriots wielding weapons. Antifa put those out there, but that's when they were defending themselves after Antifa attacked. After Antifa was allowed by the Portland Police Department to take over Pioneer Square, Patriots were forced out of Pioneer Square by the Portland Police, and then Antifa was allowed to take over and roam about and do what they pleased, and that's when the assaults happened. So if something would have been done before that, I saw 3 injured Portland police officers that were injured by Antifa, and nothing was done to Antifa. Nothing. They stood there. They stood there and did nothing. They sprayed a little mace on Antifa at the very beginning. Not one arrest was made, and they know who did the violence. Portland police isn't stupid. And then you got Willamette Week out there, and Kate Shepard, the Antifa bootlicker, writing that trash in their paper, doing stories on that there was no concrete inside of the milkshakes. You know what? They've thrown feces, they've thrown urine, they've thrown acid on us. What makes you think they wouldn't put a little bit of concrete inside of a milkshake?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Come on, use common sense. Those people are animals. They're out to hurt people. And not only that, anybody knows anything about concrete, you can get concrete without gravel and aggregate in it. Their little experiment they did, they used concrete, Quikrete right off the shelf. You can get this Portland cement by itself that comes in a very fine powder form, and it looks a whole lot different than when you add sand and gravel to concrete. So their entire thing was bullshit. Not only that, you know what? The Patriots aren't stupid. We have people behind enemy lines, and they see what goes on. They see what goes on, and we see what Antifa's little tricks are, and we know that there were other items. You sure there was milkshakes they had that they were drinking and handing out, but there were other ones and there were other things that they had to throw on people that were meant to injure them. And for the Oregon Justice Resource Center and Pop Mob to try to go after the Portland police for putting out that bulletin, the Portland police put that out because it was the truth. And now they're coming after him, trying to get him to try to retract the statement. And I'm sure Ted Wheeler will make them retract the statement. And he laughed about the milkshakes. He laughed about it. He laughed about it. He chuckles about it like it's funny.
Shame on
shame on you, Ted. It's not funny when you get unknown substances thrown on you. Shame on you, Ted. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. And then you're a coward. You won't even come out. You won't even be in your house when the people come. You got your fancy cameras. You got your signs, Ted. You got your police protecting you. It's absolutely ridiculous. The media should be absolutely ashamed of themselves for the way that they have covered these events and what has happened. Always labeling us as right-wing extremists or white nationalists. We're patriots that love this country and love the city, and we're tired of seeing the bullshit that's going on with Antifa, thinking that they can run it and do whatever they want to do.
Amen.
You know, you've seen a big decline in businesses downtown being beat up and the windows being broken out because those same people that were doing that 10 years ago have switched over and started attacking patriots. That's what they do, so they don't have time to break out the windows of the businesses. It's been going on for 20, 30 years in this city, and it needs to stop. They need to be put down. There needs to be a federal investigation, and it needs to stop.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. The media will not cover these things like it should be. And we'll probably never get the media on our side. We'll probably never get 50% of the people on our side. But you know what? The 50% that matters will be on our side, and we will win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Very good. Very good. Here. Okay. Take this. Here. Oh, you take this.
Excellent.
I've got to figure out.
Excellent.
Whoa.
I just want to give a quick shout out to Andy No and the 2 Patriots that got viciously attacked on that day. You know, they paid a heavy price, but they also fell on the sword for their country because it woke a lot of people up. You know, there's even people on CNN condemning the violence. We want the mayor of Portland to condemn the violence of Antifa, and that's really not asking much. You know, they step out of line. And they really, really, really stepped out of line that time. So I want to give a shout out to Andy No and the 2 Patriots that fell on the sword for their country. They got it really bad, but it's also done a lot of good because it's woken a lot of people up. So yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Forget what they people have done to you?
I got beat up by me.
You can speak to
So, in case anyone here doesn't know how this all started, back in, what was it, 2016, 2017? A guy got punched by Antifa. And then, what was it, a few months later, someone got hit with a bike lock. And then it turned to doxing, intimidating, harassing, and then we got to assaulting, and everyone still turned a blind eye. The media, the people of this city, and our politicians still turned a blind eye when people were getting beaten in the streets, when they were redirecting traffic. Everybody remember that in October last year? Yeah. So, and then what we've gotten to is just last month, they tried to kill a couple of our citizens in the city of Portland. A couple of your citizens, Ted, were beaten, and you didn't even condemn it. It's happened to me too. I got my start with the Antifa movement in August of last year. I participated in some anti-fascist action in Black Bloc. I was at August 4th. I was at him too, and I did a couple of other local little things. Anyways, but in December though, I finally met Haley, and I finally met the crew here. And you know what? That was the best damn moment of my life, I think, because I was actually in a really dark place at the time. But you know what? They helped me. And then do you know what happened? Antifa doxed me. I took a picture with Haley, and they doxed me.
Why would they dox me?
Yeah, so they doxed me, and what was it, for saying, and then I said they were wrong. You know, I was like, you know what, that was pretty wrong, and also what you guys are doing, they told me that everyone here were neo-Nazis. Turns out that's not true either, okay? And then we get to this point, okay, where a month later, I had some discourse with Antifa. I walked away, and 3 of them followed me and beat me when I was on my own, in the street. They called me a class traitor, they bear maced me, and they beat me in the park over, what was that park? Anyways, January 20th, yeah. January 20th, yeah, they attacked me. They beat me. And they laughed about it online too, you know? And I'm a trans person. You know what's funny? Is that they were supposed to represent that. They didn't. They didn't at all, you know?
You're not cool enough.
And since then, what I've seen is that it's escalated even further. And everyone, well, they were still turning a blind eye up until June 29th. That's when the people of not only this city, but of the country woke up. Not only that, but they've also woken up to how you run this city, Ted. This is on you. Because I said to your face, Antifa. No one had done that yet. I said, condemn Antifa and roast Antifa, and you told me I was out of line. Is this really what you do to the citizens of your city? Is this really how you run this? What kind of leader are you? If a leader can't lead, they should get out of the way and step down and let someone who can fix this city lead.
Yeah.
If you feel like it's not within your right either to lead and try and fix you literally have domestic terrorists running around the city that you're supposed to be leading, and you're not doing a goddamn thing. That's wrong.
And sexual assaulting.
Exactly. Antifa has silenced, intimidated, harassed, doxed, assaulted, sexually assaulted, and even attempted to kill anyone who disagrees with them. Not only anyone who attempts to disagree with them, but the citizens of this city who aren't even involved. And it's not only in Portland, it's in Seattle, it was in Berkeley, it's in Texas, it's in New York. It's a problem that is spreading. And the longer that we let it grow, the more it's going to escalate, because it already has, from punching to where we're at now, where they're attempting to kill us en masse in Portland.
Tacoma, Washington.
Yeah, in Tacoma, Washington. That was finally... It's disgusting how seriously after this you still will not condemn Antifa. You know, I went to Tacoma to go and look at the scene afterwards. There's charred remains of the car there. You can still see where he was shot. Okay, and you want to sit there and say, that's not wrong? His death is on you for refusing to condemn them. As a leader in this city, it's on you to fix this. Because we don't want that to spread to Portland. If we don't do something now, if you don't do something now, Ted Wheeler, it's on you when the domestic terrorists come here and start blowing things up. Fix your damn city and get back in line, because you're the most pathetic leader I've seen since Neville Chamberlain.
Good one. Good job, Melissa. That was good, yeah.
Show that. Show that. Oh, thanks.
The first rally I went to was November 17th, I think, right? Him 2 rally. I had no idea what the Him 2 rally is, but I saw on the news that Antifa was just running amok. So I decided to come here and help protect you guys.
Thank you.
And instead of actually going to your rally, I went and hung out with Antifa all day because I was in the Marines and I wanted to understand my enemy.
Yeah.
Their weaknesses, freaking the things that will give us the advantage over them. When Antifa started getting ready to like attack us, like I was in the crowd with Antifa and I walked across the street and I stood between you guys and Antifa, and I ended up finding some reporters and I ended up protecting the reporters. They're about to get maced, but I stepped in between the mace and the reporters. I wouldn't say they shit kicked down me because they hit like bitches, but I mean they do. Like the only reason Andrew's not dead is because they hit like a bitch. Like,
Yeah.
And so what I did is I had a body camera on me and I recorded every moment of the entire day, showing I never provoked anyone. I was friendly with everyone. And then I filed a lawsuit, but I couldn't find a lawyer to help because the case was so complicated. So I went through the law, the legal system to try to get Antifa taken away. And then I sent a letter to someone in Congress. And the first 4 pages were of me explaining how dire the situations are and how they're going to start killing us. And the first 4 pages were my desire for peace. And then the 5th page said, if Antifa gets to the point where they start killing us, well, I'm going to kill them next. And I told them that I'd slaughter them, and I have a detailed plan on how I was going to wipe out Antifa. Another thing. But the point is, like, Antifa's gotten to the point where we have to protect ourselves. Like, we have no desire to fight, we have no desire for violence, but we need to be prepared for it if it happens.
Yes. Thank you. And thank you for coming. David, it's your turn.
I already spoke, but I'll speak again.
You speak again.
All right, Ted. I hope you're listening to all these speeches because everyone's made some great points on why we're here. And we're going to highlight a few more points. Antifa is a domestic terrorist organization. They've been declared so as Homeland Security, and yet you refuse to condemn their violence, and you refuse to let the police do their job, and you let them take over this city and assault people that don't have their political ideology. This is disgusting. You're a disgrace to this city. Pay attention to what the people are saying about you across the country. You are an embarrassment. Everyone knows it. Stop letting this happen to the city. Grow a pair and fix your city. We gotta solve the problems. We're here to work together, and you just let Antifa run around and nearly murder people. When is this gonna stop, Ted? You have to step up and take responsibility.
Hello? Okay, you guys can hear me? Again, so while we're out here, Ted obviously knows why we're out here. You guys know why we're out here. But this shouldn't be the end. We should not stop right here today. We should keep continuing to put pressure on the mayor. I know there's a huge event happening on August 17th, and this is what we should be focusing on. We should not be fighting with this distraction. We should be speaking out against the mayor. Not just the mayor, Kate Brown as well. They both enable this issue in our city and in our state. I don't wish anyone harm on the left, and I pray for you guys, because I know you're going to see this. I want you guys to understand that we just have a different opinion than you. And sometimes we can meet in the middle. But you guys act like toddlers. You guys just want to whine, complain, throw yourselves on the ground, hit, attack people, beat them, take AKs into ICE facilities. And you think that is mentally okay? That's unhinged. And we have mental issues in this city that people need to start realizing. Some of these people need to be taken in and get some help. The drug problem, the mental problem, and our city is getting just getting filled with drug addicts on the streets. And if I had to travel out here to Portland, and I live somewhere, say out in Texas, I would never come out here because it's too dangerous. It is too dangerous for people to travel out here. This is a war zone now. And it's become so out of control, I don't think that Ted Wheeler will be able to fix this. We need to get him out of office. Someone that's gonna have a backbone. Someone who's not gonna pander down to these elites, to fake media, and to those that are trying to walk all over them. Someone like our president, Donald Trump. We need a man like that that's gonna run our city. Because he's honest, he's true to his word, and this guy, he has no integrity. He has no loyalty to his